that, yeah, we're good. I get a lot of complaints about stuff, and sometimes I'll make excuses, and then other times just like, you know what, this isn't hard enough. Yeah. Oh, I like having videos more than 10 minutes because I like to, you know, not artificially inflate them, but, you know, if we're at like 9:30, I'll let it run for that extra 30 seconds because I'm running bracket or whatnot. But yeah, there was one guy, I can't remember his name because I didn't actually care, but he went off, like, he went off on me for, like, we had a 5 or 6 comment chain about how he didn't care about seeing the hand warmers or the people set up the controllers, and I was like, I understand that you don't care, but at the same time, it's easy for me. Because most of the time when I'm doing these tournaments, you know, I'm running the stream, I'm playing in it, and then maybe not commentating, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And for me, it's just easier to hit that start button and then let things run. Because I'd rather have that, like, extra 2 minutes in there instead of missing the match. There was one week that I was looking at where I think I was in, like, a quote-unquote business meeting with some of the guys in the arcade. And I looked through it, and, like, every video started, like, a minute into the match. And I was like, well, at that point, you may as well not hit record, in my opinion. And I was like, that's exactly why, you know, I just, you know, always hit record when we're at a good point, even if it's not, you know, a great point after the fact. But
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's very frustrating, because people see, you know, the quality of the stream sometimes. Because normally it's pretty good because I work hard. You know, I've upgraded my equipment a couple times. Yeah, and people people shit on me a lot, and it's very frustrating. Because like I am just a dude. I'm sure you guys saw.
You're a dude with a box.
Yeah, and I yell at people a lot.
Guy.
Yeah, but there was this one dude. He's like, hey man, your stream's cool and all, but you know, Turning Locate is like way better than you are. I was like, I mean, that's fair. Like,
Turning Locate is like a team of like 30 people.
Yeah, and like he found out that it was, you know, just me, and he legitimately felt bad, and you know, it's one of the unfortunate things. So very early on, we weren't called Typo House Games. We were called T-Rex Games because it was just me running this stuff. And then I had, you know, a guy come in. He's like, well, it's not just you. I think we should change the name. And then I heard, you know, something along the lines of like, sometimes you don't want it to be just you because if people think it's just one person, sometimes you can't handle the load. So the illusion of having a team is a very powerful thing. But, you know, it's definitely, yeah, it's hurt me in the eyes of the audience sometimes. Because like, hey, why don't you do this, and this? I'm like, because that's a lot of work. And, you know, I wear many hats. And I feel a little bit bad that I'm not talking about this match because
what match?
Yeah, that's right. It's a little bit closer than I thought it was gonna be. Because you know,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, nothing against TFH, but you know, sometimes he can get a little bit stuck in his ways. And once you kind of figure out, once you figure out what's going on, it's normally pretty easy to deal with. And
yeah, like the thing about TFH that I've like told literally everyone, it's like he has this exact same pattern that he does every time, every game, and like you'd think it would be easy to like get around that, but like certain characters just can't.
Yeah. It's been a while since we played, but there was a good like 2 or 3 weeks where I ran into him in bracket, you know, every week. And like we would go to game 3 and I would be winning because you know you're never actually winning until you've won the game.
Yeah.
I would be ahead in percents and I would get impatient because that's very much a Snake versus Toon Link matchup. And
or either that or he's just like, for me, like when I play against him, I just get bored.
That's a lot of me getting impatient. If you go back and watch a lot of my videos, you can physically see the point where you know I get frustrated or get bored.
Like the last set I played against him on stream, I was Hero versus Toon Link, and it was game 3, and I just sat there. And you could just see me like after I lost my first, like I was just like, I don't even want to play this anymore. Like this is boring.
But you know, you really have to give TFH a lot of credit for being able to stick to his guns and to stick to his game plan. Like his mentality is like unflappable. So, yeah, I've heard him, you know, talk in the past about, you know, trying to mix things up and trying to get better. So, you know, great on him for having that awareness and understanding that, you know.
The thing about TFH is he always gets far, though.
Yeah.
Like, he always gets far.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the thing I can respect about him as a player. Like, he does good.
A lot of people also underestimate him because he doesn't get to travel a lot. I know there was one GB we went to, and he had to play Sunito in Sunito's first round. And Sunito looks at him, he's like, why were you in my first round? You should not have been. And that's just one of the unfortunate things about being in like, you know, our region.
Yeah, because, like, that's one thing that kind of had me frustrated about Middle Georgia for a while. Cause like we have a lot of good players here.
Yeah, but none of us travel.
None of us travel. Like we're really underrepresented as a region. So like when it comes down to we go out to GBs or something like that, we always have a really low seed because the only experience that we have, not experience, but like the only results we have is with each other.
Yeah.
So like no one can look at us and just be like, hey, this guy's actually really good. We need to seed him higher. Because like the first time Pace went out to GB, he like 2-0 Dusk and like 3-stocked in the second game, and like nobody was expecting that because nobody knows about like.
Some people will argue with you about that match, saying Dusk played very poor. But you know, at the end of the day,
I mean,
a win is a win.
It's Dusk's fault for playing bad.
Yeah.
He underestimated his opponent.
Yeah.
That's all, literally all it was. If he would have went against Sunito, he would have been on his game. But he saw a random Zelda that he's never seen before, and he's like, oh, this is going to be free.
Yeah, especially a Zelda that has, you know, some matchup experience in that matchup. But
and I do, without a doubt, I do think Pace is the best Zelda in Georgia.
I don't know if FlyTie was here tonight, so
I get that.
And then FlyTie way outplaced him tonight.
That's fine. I get that, but at the same time, I just think like fundamentally Pace is a lot better.
I feel like
he plays Zelda a lot better than FlyTie. IMO.
He does play Zelda.
I'm not, huh?
He plays Zelda. We can agree to disagree.
Jordan wants to hop in. Hey man, if you want to buy me another headset, we can do quad commentary.
We can agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand like supporting your homies, but you know, results definitely speak for themselves. FlyTie has consistently outplaced Pace in like every event that they've both been to.
I get that, but still.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so, you guys can't hear Jordan, and I'm a little upset that he's doing this, because this is very unprofessional. But in Smash 4, I told Jordan several times, like, hey man, you're a better Luigi than I am, but I'm a better player than you are. And you know, at the time, that doesn't really mean much, but, you know, at the end of the day...
That was actually really good.
At the end of the day, you don't fall for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was Losers Quarters. Hopefully the...